Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make something called ash cakes, also known as ash bread. Now if you're out there on the trail going from camp to camp, especially you backpacker types, it is unlikely that you're going to have access to a Dutch oven or any type of baking equipment. Now if you watch some of my videos, you've probably seen me build a stone oven or even bake things in the ground, and those are options, but most of those are going to take a lot of time, effort, and energy, and it's just not practical to take on projects like that, especially when you're on the move. So this is going to be a chuck wagon cooking trick that allows you to be out there on the trail, still have your bread without all that gear. This method of cooking is going to take live coals, so well in advance if you're getting hungry or expecting a meal, you want to have your fire stoked up and your coal bed started. There are quite a few different kinds of breads you can make out on the trail. We've got some cornbread mix here, blueberry muffin, and pioneer biscuit. All three make a pretty decent dough. Understand sometimes the instructions are going to include ingredients like eggs and milk. We're not going to be adding those today. Simply water until we get the correct consistency and texture. Now we've mixed up our dough and made it into balls. We have 2 of biscuit, 1 of blueberry, and 1 of cornbread. Now these need to remain fairly small. If they get too big, oftentimes they're going to break apart whenever they're cooking. Also understand many of your mixes are going to make breads many times larger than the original dough balls. So there's going to be some expansion as they cook, so be mindful of that. And the last thing we're going to do, right before we get our coals ready, making sure that we have that nice ash on top of a bed of live coals, is to smush down each of these balls, making nice, thin, about 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch patties. And that'll allow our bread to cook through thoroughly, consistently, and quickly. Our coals are ready, nice and hot. There's a dusting of ash there on top. So all you got to do is gently lay down your dough. Try not to burn yourself while it cooks. And depending on how hot your coal bed is, it might only take 3 to 5 minutes for these things to get done on one side. So you need to keep your eye on it and be ready to flip them as they toast. You're going to want to keep an eye on these. Up here, closer to the fire, they're almost done on one side within 2 minutes. So there you go, a little bit of toasting. Understand different parts of the fire are going to be hotter, and that means that different pieces of your bread are going to be done faster than others. Now these 4 have been cooking for a total of about 5 minutes now, but the 2 closest to the fire, I believe they're the biscuit mix, are already done. So we're going to let those cool off, and we'll be dusting the ash off. Go ahead and allow the last 2 to finish cooking. 6 minutes in, I think it's time to go ahead and flip our last 2 rolls. There we go. These have been cooking for about 8 minutes, and I've just now remembered how to use gloves. I'll go ahead and remove these 2 from heat. Allow them to cool down. It's about done. Alright guys, well our bread is cooled down. Gone ahead and dusted off some of the ash. And my taste tester is here, so it's the moment of truth. Go ahead and break these open. Both these are biscuit. I believe this is cornbread and blueberry. So let's go ahead and see if they're done all the way through. So there you go. There's the biscuit. Go ahead and check out cornbread. Looks pretty good. And lastly, let's see if our blueberry muffin made it out. Pretty close. Looks done. Check it. Huckleberry. Okay. What do you think? Let eat? How about this one? Okay. All of it, bud. I like the cornbread. Let's do about the blueberry. Huckleberry. Okay. So it's Huck approved. Well guys, this is the simplest and easiest way I've found of making bread out on the trail. Go ahead and give me your thoughts. If you have any ideas, comment section is down below. But please like, subscribe, share the heck out of this video, and as always, until next time. And some more? Huck? Okay. We'll work for food. Something to pay attention to if you're cooking on a campfire is the type of wood that you're using. Now if you just have a fire for heat or light, that's one thing. Most things burn the same. Light is light, heat is heat. But if you're cooking on the fire, especially if the smoke is coming in contact with your food, perhaps a steak on the coals or like this with bread on the ash, you need to make sure that you don't have a toxic plant such as a laurel or sappy plants such as pine trees and junipers.